Alright, this begins Chapter 3, Lesson 3, dealing with estimating products. But before we do that, I would like you to find each of these products mentally using the distributive property and then show the steps that you use. So go through, pause your video, go through and solve these. And I don't want that. I'll go through with my pen and I'll show you the steps that you're going to use to solve it. So you're going to rewrite 3 times 40, or 48 times 3 to 3 times 40 plus 8. Then you're going to rewrite this to 3 times 40 plus 3 times 8. And I apologize, I'm rewriting. This is the same as this, it's just a different way to look at it. 3 times 40 is 120, plus 3 times 8 is 24. 120 plus 24 is 144. Now for number 2, you're going to rewrite this so that it is 5 times 60 plus 4. And then rewrite it so it's 5 times 60 plus 5 times 4. 5 times 60 is 300, plus 5 times 4, which is 20, and that equals 320. Now for 4 times 87, you're going to do it. This is 4 times 80 plus 7, and rewrite it so that it's 4 times 80 plus 4 times 7. 4 times 80 is 320. Plus 4 times 7, which is 28, and that equals 348. Now for 6 times 54, it's going to be same as, sorry, let's get rid of this for a second. Okay, let's try this again. 6 times 50 plus 4, and then we're going to rewrite it so it's 6 times 50 plus 6 times 4. 6 times 50 is 300, plus 6 times 4, which is 24. Sorry, that's 4. And that equals 324. So hopefully that's a good kind of review of stuff we have already done. And you handled that very easily. Well, for today what we're going to do is we are going to be estimating products. And the fun thing about estimating products is that as long as you show how you estimate the numbers, there's really no wrong way to go about using it. So we're going to take an example of that 13 harp seals live in each square mile of Greenland. So in 1 square mile, and I'm just going to abbreviate, 1 square mile, there are 13 seals. The question they're asking, how many seals are in 92 miles? So you've got 92 square miles, and they're saying how many seals? Well, what we're going to have to do is multiply the 13 times 92 to find out the number of seals. So the operation we're going to use is 13 times 92. But we don't need to know the exact number, we just need to know an estimate. So one way that we can estimate, so this is way number 1, is we can round one factor. So we can keep this as 90, 92 times 10, which equals 920. That's something easy, I can do that in my head. Way number 2 is to round both factors. So 90 times 10 equals 900. Way number 3 is to use compatible numbers. Well, I'm going to make it 100 times 10, and that equals 1000. So depending on how you estimate, you can either round one factor, round both factors, or change these into compatible numbers. There is no wrong way to do this when they're asking you to estimate. Just the trick is to make sure that you show your work, show the numbers you are using. Alright, so let's take another example. We've got Mountain View Elementary School is sending 21 boxes of magazines to a school in Paraguay. There are 154 magazines in each box. So there's 21 boxes and 154 in each box. So the question is, how many magazines are they sending? About how many magazines are they sending? So our operation is going to be 21 times 154. Well, I don't know about you, but I can't even do that one in my head. So one way that we can solve is to round each factor by its greatest place. So we can take 154 and round that to 200. And we can take 21 and round that to 20, and that's something I can multiply in my head, and that gives me about 4,000. That's number one. And number two, another way we could do is we could round each factor to the nearest 10. That would round 154 to 150, times 21 would round to 20, and then that gives me 3,000. Sorry, the last zero did not tack on. So it's somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 magazines. Once again, there's no wrong way to multiply these problems as long as you write down what you're going to multiply them to. So what I would like for you to do now is to take a few moments and solve these problems, and then make sure that you are writing down what you multiply them to, and understand that I might change them differently than what you do in your and how you solve them. So that's the great thing, is that you can solve them differently than how I solve them. So the first one's 42 times 16, next one is 32 times 18, the third one is 218 times 6, and the last one's 131 times 19. So take a few moments, go through, solve them, and then I'm going to come back and with my pen and show you how I estimate these problems. So when I look at this, I'm going to do 40 times 20, and that gives me an answer of 800. For this one, I'm going to do 30 times 20, and that will give me an answer of 600. Here I'm going to do 200 times 6, and that's going to give me 1,200. And for this one, I'm going to do 130 times 30, just because it's easier numbers for me to multiply in my head, and that gives me 3,900. You could also wanted to make this 130 times 20, and that would give you 2,600. The nice thing is that there's always more than one way to go about doing it. And if you were able to solve those easily, that could